Good morning, everyone. This is the continuation of the chapter Transpiration of Standard 10 Biology. In last class, we have studied about stomatal transpiration that takes place through stomata. Cuticular transpiration takes place directly through the surface of leaves and stem. Lenticular transpiration from the lenticels, which are the minute openings on the surface of old stems. Today we will be discussing about the mechanism of stomatal transpiration. So before that, let us first go through the structure of stomata. The structure of stomata consists of guard cells and which are surrounded by the epidermal cells. These guard cells, they have vacuole. The vacuoles have the vital role in this process. The vacuoles, they can take water, they can intake water and also can give water to the neighborhood cells. After that, they can also contain chloroplast that helps in the preparation of food. So these two structures are the open stroma and closed stroma. Now here is a structure of a leaf. If you can see the leaf, the upper layer is the upper epidermis, lower layer is the lower epidermis. Just between the upper and lower epidermis, you can find some parenchymal cells arranged in two different ways. The palisade cells, which are arranged in a compact way, and the spongy cells, which are arranged in this way, where we can see the large intercellular spaces are present. Okay. Now what happens when the plant take in water through these veins? These are the veins containing xylem and phloem tissues. So when they take water from these veins, the water is supplied to the cells, that is the palisade cells and the spongy mesophyll cells. Now there is a cell-to-cell osmosis, cell-to-cell imbibition, as well as cell-to-cell diffusion of water vapor, and that moves to the spaces which are present just between the cells, and then at last the gas get diffused through the structure named stomata. So in this thing we studied about the structure of stomata, the structure of leaf, and this is the structure of real stomata which we can find in the lower part of the lower surface of the leaf. Then next comes probable pathway of water through leaf cells. Now this is the structure which is given in your book, in which it has been mentioned that there are two layers of leaf, that is the upper epidermis, the lower epidermis. Now these are the palisade cells, as I said, and these are the spongy parenchymatous cells. Now what happens when the water is reached to these cells? The water moves from one cell to another by the process of osmosis, as you have already studied about the process of osmosis, in which there is a movement of water molecules from its higher concentration to its lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. So likewise, the water is moving from one cell to another by the process of osmosis, and then when it reaches to the intercellular spaces, it gets filled in these spaces. Now again the water vapor is taken up by the next cell, and again it is being supplied to the space between the cells, and then at last it reaches to the substomatal space, from where it is thrown out of the leaf through the stomatal openings. So this is the structure of the stomata and the structure of leaf, and how the imbibition, if you can see here, you can see that the process of imbibition is taking place. process of evaporation is taking place, osmosis, diffusion, all together works in this process of transpiration. Okay, now next comes to demonstrate the two magnitudes of transpiration from the surface of dicot leaf. And here comes the terms, that is dorsiventral leaf, where the two sides of the leaf is different from each other. Now let us see what does this demonstration says. First you can see that there is a leaf. So here is the upper surface of the leaf, this is the upper surface of the leaf, and this is the lower surface of the leaf. We have clipped two cobalt chloride paper on both the side of the leaf, on the upper surface and on the lower surface. After few hours, what we will observe? We'll observe that upper surface, the place where cobalt chloride paper was placed on the upper surface, will not show any color change, or if it is showing, it takes more time for the turning of color. And next is when the thing is placed on the lower surface of the leaf, there will be an immediate change in the color of cobalt chloride paper. So this proves that the number of stomata are more on the lower surface of the leaf than the upper surface of the leaves. Okay. In the next video, in the next thing, we'll come to know what is cuticular transpiration. Cuticle is the layer which is present on the surface of the epidermis, and this cuticle acts as a layer, waxy layer, which allows only little amount of water to pass through it. Next comes, this is, you can see, this is the structure of cuticle. The structure of cuticle and the stoma which is present. If the cuticle is thick, means transpiration will be lowered, and if the cuticle is thin, means the direct transfer of water and in the form of water vapor takes place. Next come lenticular transpiration. In lenticular transpiration, we can find these lenticels on the bark of the tree, where these lenticels are permanently open, they do not close, and the gaseous exchange can also take place through lenticels. Now this is the microscopic structure of lenticels. If you can see, here is a surface that ruptures, and that acts as a lenticels through which the gaseous exchange takes place. Now, what are the factors that affect transpiration? So first is intensity of light. More the intensity of light, more will be transpiration. Means the stomata will open efficiently and there will be more and more transpiration. So that is why we can say that during the daytime transpiration is more, and at night transpiration rate is lowered. Next comes temperature. If temperature is more, transpiration will be more. If the surrounding is more hot, means the transpiration, the vaporization of water will be more from the leaves. Velocity of wind. It says that when velocity of wind is more, then the transpiration rate also increases. How? Because when the velocity of wind is more, means it will carry away all the water or all the moisture present on the upper surface and the lower surface of the leaf. That makes it the space becomes vacuum, and then that can lead to more and more evaporation of water. Next comes humidity. If humidity is more, means transpiration rate will be less. Why? Because humidity means presence of moisture in the air. If already moisture is present in air, then the atmosphere won't take more water vapor from the plants. So that is why if humidity is more, transpiration will be more. If humidity is less, transpiration rate will also be less. Next, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, if it is more, then the transpiration rate will also be increased, and if carbon dioxide is less, then the transpiration rate will also be decreased. Okay. Then atmospheric pressure. If pressure is more, means transpiration will be less, and if the atmospheric pressure is less, means the transpiration will be more. So you can relate the atmospheric pressure with the temperature. When temperature increases, pressure decreases, means the water vapor rises up in the atmosphere. So there is low humidity in the air, so transpiration will also increase. Okay, so if temperature is less, means pressure will be more, so temperature ultimately it will be less. Okay, understood. So this is how it is related to temperature. The pressure is related to temperature and humidity, and ultimately it results in the increase and decrease of the transpiration rate. And the next is the internal factor of leaf that affects transpiration, that is water content in the leaf. If water content is more, means transpiration will be more, and if water content means if water is less absorbed by the plant, means transpiration will also be decreased. So these all are the factors that affect this. Above 6 factors are the external factors, and the last one is the internal factor of the leaf. So these are the factors which affect transpiration. In the next video, we'll be discussing about what adaptations are taken by the leaf to lower the rate of transpiration. Okay.